audience anywhere in the world can receive a healing session. If you think of the fact that we can transmit energy or basically commune with energy and coherent frequencies of life and the universe, we can send energy to open a blockage. The main process of the TAM healing system of our founder is to open a blockage in the bioelectrical system of the body, which is primarily the nerves, or the bioelectricity or the chi flow through the nerves themselves. So each week we have different people putting in their different requests, and we will go one by one. And if you're on Facebook, put in your requests. If you're on YouTube, please put in your requests. And if you are on Instagram, also, please put in your request. And we will try to get everything going. And I will be leaving in about 1 hour. So let's tap. So we do a 3-part process just as I teach it. And for anybody that's interested in learning Tongren, April 22nd, I do have a workshop. We're actually filling up quite quickly. We've got quite a few people already from all over the world. And we will continue to teach the 3-part process of the Tongren healing. So I'm going to show you here because I do it as a teaching and as a treatment. So blood flow to the brain. So if you think of the body, 3 parts. One is the command center or the CPU, which is the brain. So we want to give energy to that, which is blood flow. Then we have the yin-yang balance, the active, which is the sympathetic nervous system, spine, speed up, active, or the rest and digest, vagus nerve, parasympathetic nervous system. Think of the parasympathetic nervous system kind of as a break and calming down of the sympathetic nervous system. So step 1, blood flow to the brain. Not working online. What does that mean? I think you have to refresh. Let's take a look here, see if I can see myself. Yep, it's working on the website. It might have been a delay, but I just got it to work. In fact, it's pretty good. They've improved their delay with that part. So I'm working okay on the website. And let me know if you're on social media, if we are broadcasting to 3 places. One is Anasa Wellness. Hey, Tiffany is here. And it looks like it might have been a delay, but it seems it's okay now. Thank you. And let's get this going. Blood flow to the brain. And hello, Tiffany. Facebook is good. Susan, oh, thank you for helping us with the feedback. Blood flow to the brain. And the brain is full of all these command points. These basically little programs in the brain doing different things. Great, Tiffany, good to see you. So they do different things. They're our conscious mind, our subconscious mind, centers for the endocrine system and the bioelectrical system. The 2 main communication points for the entire body. So the first one would be our bioelectrical system, which is the endocrine system. And hello, Athena. And hello, Esther. Augustina. So let's make sure we don't skip anyone. I'm not up. I get someone said I'm phenomenal. I am just a reflection of the phenomenal people in the audience. I am just here talking. You guys are great. You're doing all the work. Blood flow to the brain and brain command centers. So we initialize the bioelectrical system, sensory cortex, motor cortex. and the biochemical system. To run our bodies, to run an organization, to run an airlines, to run a government, anything, you need communication. And in our bodies, it's in terms of bioelectricity, biochemistry. And the nutrients to supply that are done in different ways through blood flow and through craniosacral flow, and removing toxins through lymph flow. That's our basic machine, our human body machine. So I'm curious, did anybody see the Dr. Group interview last week? It was quite controversial is a good way, quite interesting. And you have no AV. It is working. I just tested it. Refresh your screen a couple of times, Maria, and you should be all set. So we've initialized the communication. We said, brain, talk to the rest of the body, period. And we want to increase blood flow because that's what is our lifeline, sending nutrients for rebuilding. And let me know, Augustina, if it's getting better for you. So we finished the brain, the CRV point, cardiac, respiratory, and vasculatory center. So we do the spine, speed up, sympathetic, all S, vertebral artery, and spinal artery. So it's blood flow and nerve flow. C1 to C7. So we have different sections of the vertebra. Cervical, which mostly cover the brain, the eyes, and the mouth, and the throat. And then we can also do skin for sure. C1 to C7, and we're going to focus on the bones and bone marrow, and then the skin. So if you think of a kidney, a liver, lungs, they do stuff. Think of the bone marrow is also doing stuff. It's actually quite complex, more complex than most organs. And its job is to create blood cells. Blood cells do work. They start at stem cells, they grow and differentiate into almost anything. And that's the bone marrow point, T1. So everything we do from Tongren perspective is blood flow, nerve flow, or nourishment flow and nerve flow. T1 for the bones. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So we include the lymph. T3 and T7 for the lymph. And T7 for the lymph, in particular, our largest lymph node. A node is like a bus station where all of the lymph comes to. We have basic lymph nodes, collection centers. And the lymph is kind of like our master lymph node. And T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for the immune system. Also good for the skin, but T4 in particular for the skin. And if you think of the skin and detox as a two-part process, the liver and the skin. So sometimes if the liver is overwhelmed, then the toxins can't be removed normally. Then they go to their second, which is our largest organ, the skin, and then they accumulate and create things like rosacea, like we see in the different skin conditions today. So a good thing for that is a two-part process, clay for removing toxins, and two is castor oil packs for accelerating the removal of toxins. So I would highly recommend clay, especially people with eczema, psoriasis, any skin condition, rosacea, because the skin is a detox organ. And then we want the skin to do its job to complete the process, or allow the toxins to be worked on through the liver and excreted normally with no buildup. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for the immune system, T3 for the lymph, T7 for the lymph, and continue down to the liver, which is going to give a release and a relief for all the skin. T9. And also another big bone point is GB39 from Chinese medicine. Yep, unlock the liver, that's what it's about. T9. T9 and the hepatic portal, which is a blood flow to from all organs to the liver, for the liver to do its job. Which is to detox. And hello to Florida. That's a good one too. We'll unlock the vagus nerve for everyone. That's great. And also additionally for the bones, we also want to think, how does the body work? It can't do things without support. So the biggest support for the bone marrow is the craniosacral fluid. So we start at the brain, the sphenoid bone area. Sphenoid bone to the tailbone. Tailbone 1, 2, 3, 4. And then grounding. Liver 3 and kidney 1. So next we go to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is managed by the vagus nerve. So if you ever look up the vagus nerve, vagal tone, or even exercises online, if you look up unlocking the vagus, vagal tone management, where you would look to the left, to the right, and then look to the eyeballs to the left, to the right, hold your breath, and then you'll yawn, and you will release your vagus nerve through exercise. So let's unlock GB12, the vagus nerve. And for Cynthia Quint, Dorothy Mansfield, I see you. We'll work for all of those things. A full body detox. And of course, the best way to detox is two-part process. One is a colon cleanse, an advanced colon cleanse like we do, and then a follow-on 2-week clay cleanse to completely deep cellular tissue detoxification. Vagus nerve goes down the torso. And we also, the gut-brain axis, where the brain and the gut communicate. It has a channel of information going up and down, even sending proteins. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. A lot of good stuff for everyone out there. We worked on the craniosacral fluid, we worked on the immune system, and we worked on the vagus nerve, which is kind of like a complete tune-up for everyone. And then we will also work on eyes. But first, Laura, balanced hormones and a worry-free mind, and we'll work on a worry-free mind for everyone and balanced hormones again for everyone. And then for Cynthia, body detox, blood flow to the brain. So to balance the hormones, we start at the beginning of the hormones. We have in our brain the hypothalamus. So we have a brain stuff, we have endocrine stuff, hormone stuff, glands, and there's an interface, something that is half brain, half hormones, called the hypothalamus. So that's TV22. And the pituitary, which is the master gland for the entire endocrine system. It's the size of a pea, but it's very important. It manages so much in the body. So balancing hormones, in particular, let's go right for the main hormone area. Female hormones, CV4 and L3. So, yeah, I'm just curious, did anybody have any thoughts on the interview? And the rosacea is worse exercising in infrared sauna. I can give you a clue how to take care of that. Absolutely. That makes sense. There's a missing piece to that, so we'll get to that. Because you're on the right track, but there's one more piece that I'm going to give you, a piece of information to make sure that it helps. Okay, so we're doing the balancing the hormones, L3 and CV4. So castor oil packs on the belly. I think the company called Himalaya has a hormone balancing formula for men, and then there's a hormone balancing formula for women. So I would definitely check that out. It'll be very specific. Himalaya brand. And for everyone, a relaxed mind, GB13 and C1. So everyone should sit relaxed, breathe through the nose, palms face up. And if you want to get into a deeper relaxed state, exhale longer than inhale. And a good way to do that is inhale, count to 4, exhale, count to 8. Do that 2 or 3 times and it will put you in the relaxation response. The anatomy and physiology of a longer exhale creates a vagal tone response. And we'll continue on GPT 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. And we were going to body detox. So let's do a major detox for everyone. So everyone will get everything. And as the recent popular movie, Everything, Everywhere, Anyhow, Anyone, Anything. Is that the name of the movie? I don't think so. So body detox, start with the important one, the skin. Largest detox organ, largest organ of the body, T4. And T9. L2. So the liver, the kidneys, and the skin. So that's for detox. So how do we transport out the toxins? That's the lymph. So T7 for the lymph. And for everyone's benefit, we will do a lymph tune-up of the lymph nodes, the collection centers. Heart 1, axillary lymph of the armpits. Part 2, the inguinal lymph. I think it's liver 27. Don't quote me on that. And Lena, where are you coming from, Lena? I'm always interested to know where you're coming from. I thrive on international global connection. And hair growth. And the CV17. So the best thing for detoxing is what I'm going to tell you right now for the detox. A good process is infrared sauna followed by a clay bath and clay therapy, and also a castor oil pack to accelerate and complete the process of body detoxification. And hello, Dorothy. Good to see you. Hello from Puerto Rico. Awesome. I'd love to go to Puerto Rico. Some friends of mine have a place. It's an Ann Wigmore Institute in Puerto Rico. But I've always been interested to go to Puerto Rico. It looks great. Grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Bill Anthony from Florida. Great. We have a lot of people tonight. But I don't think anybody saw Dr. Group interview. That's okay too. It's very specialized, but there is a replay actually on this website. You can check it out. And Pondering Traveler, we will work on everyone, including your broken foot, guaranteed. We won't miss anyone. I'm just scrolling here through just to get to the next place. I don't want to miss anybody. And we have a lot of people. So we've worked with Body Detox. We will work with the eyes, macular degeneration, left eye, right eye for you and for Ferris's mom as well. We have next Bill Anthony as well from Florida. Prostate cancer and overactive bladder, type 2 diabetes. They're all connected. They're all inflammation. So blood flow to the brain. So for prostate cancer, there are special herbs you can use for that. There's a great company called Crystal Star that has prostate-specific set of herbs, but the main ones are pygeum, saw palmetto, nettles, blood flow to the brain, and we will also work with eyes. We're going to work on eyes right now because we have a lot of requests for eyes. Dry eyes, wet left eye and right dry eye plus cataracts. Command points of the brain, command points of the brain stem. In general, good for overactive bladder. Related to the prostate is turmeric, fermented turmeric plus black pepper. Type 2 diabetes, if you go plant-based, and I'm going to tell you a true story. I just watched a video. A policeman from, I think, New York or Chicago, 9 years diabetes, 7 years medication. He had just become blind and they thought he would also lose his limbs. He decided to look for alternatives. He went plant-based. Within 3 weeks, I think he was on 5 to 10 medications. Within 3 weeks, no medications, his eyesight came back, his diabetes, A1C, everything became normal. 3 weeks of going plant-based. So that's a piece of advice. It's not always the case, but I would definitely look into that. Diabetes is insulin resistance. What is causing the resistance? Saturated fats, animal fats. That's just the way it is. An alkaline diet, anti-inflammatory diet. Blood flow, nerve flow, vertebral artery to the spinal artery. So we're going to do a complete eye tune-up for everyone. C3 for the eyes, the nerve to the eyes. For cataracts, you can use NAC, something called NAC. There's a book called Can See, the Cataract Cure. Will also work for macular degeneration. Work on the ouch point of the eyes. So macular degeneration, anything dealing with blood vessels, leaky blood vessels, herbs like hawthorn berry. There's a great, two great things for the eyes. Eye Bright. There's a great remedy. I haven't tried it yet. It's called 2020 with saffron for the eyes. There's also a cayenne pepper eye wash I get from the Vitality Herbs and Clay person. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to be doing that as well. So, diabetes, inflammation. But it is caused, type 2 diabetes is caused primarily through the diet. So, alkaline diet, plant-based diet, more exercise, more hydration, less inflammation. You can turn that around. So more for the eyes, the blood flow to the eyes would be the carotid artery and the facial artery. And again, the ouch point for the eyes. And overall circulation, GV17, for the eyes and the whole body. And that's also good for pressure for the eyes. GV17, cardiac respiratory vasculatory center. And this is good for circulation, GV17. And again, the ouch point. Let's work specifically. Left eye, wet, Right eye dry. Ouch point, just put your eyes and then you do rub your hands together for 10 seconds and put them over your eyes every morning. That's what I do. I also do eye exercises. I will get rid of my glasses within a year. There's specific eye muscle exercises you can do, just like working out, doing push-ups. You can do push-ups for your eyes. Dry eyes, the lacrimal glands. For Patty C. Vertebral artery, spinal artery, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. T9, right side liver for the eyes as well from a Chinese medicine perspective. L1, 2, 3, L3 for the prostate. Let's work on the prostate and then the bladder. And the bladder, so blood flow, nerve flow, T7 blood flow, L3 for the prostate, and T7 blood flow, S1 to 5 for the bladder. And then the source nerves, the lumbosacral plexus. And grounding, liver 3 and kidney 1. And if I didn't say it yet, thank you everyone for joining us. We've got all our good friends, Cynthia, Tiffany, Dorothy Mansfield Marshfield, Dorothy Haddad. So let's continue on. And shout out again to everyone from Puerto Rico. So please tap for healthy cholesterol levels, gum disease, and better circulation. So one of the tricks to managing your cholesterol is don't eat any cholesterol. Don't eat any foods with cholesterol. Your body creates a natural amount, and then you should be balanced. The body also creates cholesterol, even for vegans, vegetarians, if you eat a lot of fat, because cholesterol helps manage the digestion of fat. So lower your fat intake to 10 to 20%, which is the ratio for the human body, and then don't eat anything with cholesterol in it. Eggs, animal products, all those things. Then you will get your cholesterol down. Then do more exercise, more hydration, anti-inflammatory things, anti-inflammatory foods. That'll also help you gum disease, which you can do for the gums, what they call coconut swishing, coconut oil swishing. You take coconut oil and swish it in your mouth 5 to 10 minutes every day. That will help you with your gum disease. It will also be good for the entire body, because a lot of the organ issues in the body come from teeth issues. Blood flow to the brain. So we'll work on the gallbladder, bile duct, the cholesterol areas, and the gums, and overall circulation. And Dorothy, we will work with breast cancer. And Lena, first, you're there also. Mitral valve regurgitation prolapse. So there's some good herbs for that. If you work on improved sleep, hawthorn berry paste or herbs. Vein health is a good one. Or from Dr. Winston, a great hawthorn berry paste, solid, for helping the heart to get stronger. Breathing is good for helping the heart as well. And then anti-inflammatory foods. Blood flow to the brain, and let's work directly on the gums. And welcome, Esther. Gum disease, anti-inflammation, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. But let's work on C5, C6 for the gums and the jaw. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, anti-inflammation. Continue to work to dissolve the brainstem tumor of Augustina as well. We're all rooting for Augustina. Yes, coming up for some more tests. They're going to be great. Better circulation for everyone, GV17. Cardiac respiratory vasculatory center, also known as the medulla. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for the heart, mitral valve, regurgitation. So breath work would be good for you to lower your breathing, lower the stress on your heart, allow it to heal. Slow rhythmic breathing is the key in that situation. I teach people how to actually breathe differently. And there are even devices, I don't have mine here, which create resistance breathing, which help the diaphragm. But overall, allow the heart, everything in the body can heal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. And liver, gallbladder, bile duct, T9, T10 for the cholesterol levels. So let's work for the breast cancer, T4 for violet. So we usually work blood flow, nerve flow. So there are mammary arteries right here. That's the blood flow. Glad you're enjoying the class. AD, nice to see you. So blood flow and nerve flow, T4 for the breast. And don't worry, we didn't forget you, Brendan, for your hair growth as well. That is also T4, hair and hair follicles, coupled with the pituitary growth hormone. And there are herbal remedies for hair growth, but a lot of it is about minerals. Number 1, use a towel and create circulation in your scalp, as I did when I was a kid. Number 2, Herschel Wu is an herbal famous for hair growth. Number 3, put clay in your shampoo to mineralize your scalp. and the growth hormone GV20. And we have our new person saying they love this class. Where are you calling from? Or where are you watching us from, I should say? What part of the planet? If you're interested to share that information with us. So vertebral artery, spinal artery, activate for everyone, the entire spine. I think I figured out who it is. AD. We still got to get on the phone. I got to help you out. So I understand how I can help you. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Yep, I just figured that out. AD. So let's work for you as well, AD. So let's work for Augustina, dissolving a brainstem tumor, which seems to be it's over because it's solidified. It's hard and not causing any more issues, which is great news. And then we will work with psoriatic arthritis, bladder, and neuropathy to the hands for Esther. Absolutely. And for Michael, for joint pain, blood flow to the brain. And all the brain blood supply. 3 main blood supplies to the brain: the sky window, carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery. And we'll work for joint pain and stamina. Stamina would be digestion, absorption, and elimination, increasing cellular respiration. Oh, I didn't wave back on Instagram. Instagram, what a great name. So GV17 for the brainstem, Augustina. Our thoughts and prayers are for you and everyone. We have the cancer issues for everyone. Our thoughts and prayers for the eyes, breast issues. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for anti-inflammation. Arthritis, enneitis, and joint pain for Michael. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. And for Augustina, GB13, right side, left side, command points of the brain, and the command points of the brain stem again. GB17 for the medulla. The brain stem area, medulla, cerebellum area, GB17 and BL9. So neuropathy for the hands. Text me, Esther. I can send you that stuff I get from the health food store. I think we agreed what we could send you. That would be hopefully helpful. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Again, T5 for the heart, mitral valve regurgitation and prolapse, which is a kind of a loss of positioning. Brachial plexus for the neuropathy to the hands. T7, blood flow and nerve flow to the bladder. Sacrum 1 to 5. do that again. P7 blood flow, abdominal blood, S1 to 5 for the bladder. For stamina, I'm going to work on CV4 for Michael as well. Nerve strength, why not work on the nerve support, which would be the craniosacral fluid? And wheatgrass is really good. Wheatgrass balm, wheatgrass concentrates are especially good for nerve strength as well. And I was just looking at a good tea, lemon balm tea, good for nerve strength, good for calming and nerve strength. Blood flow to the brain. Yes, I'm not a fan of the Alex Jones show. I agree. Blood flow to the brain, brain command points. And you have a request, Allison. I don't see your requests. Yep, I don't see your requests, Allison. On YouTube, I see you're writing. Blood flow to the brain. Everybody got into the AV for the website, I presume. It's working now. So let's continue. Blood flow to the brain. 605. It doesn't show up here at 605 on YouTube. YouTube might have come online a little bit later. I better sign in a little bit earlier because at 605 only Facebook was on and YouTube seemed to kick in at 6:15. So it seems there is a delay of some kind. And it missed it. Sleep. Wake up every 2 hours with the wet shirt. Okay, blood flow to the brain. Work on prostate cancer and the bones. Well, let's call it, used to have prostate cancer, former prostate cancer, and the bones. Brain command points and GB20, which manages metabolism and sweat and sleep. In-tongue area for the sleep. Hormones and sleep. Yep, I got it. Allison, thank you for that. I may have to sign on at 5 minutes before. I have a timer, so maybe that would be good, and it'll initialize so that everything is actually kicking in during those 5 minutes. So I think I just need to be disciplined and do that. So we have here, my rosacea is worse now that I'm exercising in an infrared sauna. So number one, an infrared sauna and heat will activate and move things around, but still you need to get them out. So I would suggest to follow it on with clay packs and clay baths or clay foot soaks and castor oil packs to complete that process. T123478. GV17 for glaucoma. We got Faris here as well. So keep up the good work on the infrared sauna. I would put clay packs on the face, castor oil packs on the liver. Alternate the liver and the belly, and clay baths, full body clay baths. And probably within a couple of weeks that will be resolved quite well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So the prostate L3. But more for the eyes, C3 for the eyes. There's a great formula called 2020 with saffron for improving eyes. It's called 2020 saffron. Hormone balancing, GV20 and 22 for hormone balancing. And again for sleep, T7, Tom Town Point. In tongue area, third eye. A clay bath alone is quite good. The other things you're asking about, Allison, Dead Sea salt, well, that's a lot of salt because the clay has lots of salt as well. And welcome newbie, Neil Simpson. But I would do one or the other. I would do Epsom salt, which is mostly salt. But the clay baths are more efficient. You can do with Baling soda and vinegar. That's also good. But I would do the clay. If I did anything with the clay, it would be the vinegar because you're compounding those other things. But the clay baths alone would be excellent. I would do that at night just before you go to bed. Nice warm clay bath with the magnesium. And then you can relax. It will help you sleep and it will help the detox. So the question from Neil is, what are you banging? It is a map, basically a tool we use as a surrogate with our consciousness. And it's got all the points that we want. And our goal is to open up a blockage in the bioelectrical system of the nerves. And we just use our mind because this is how we can kind of, in our minds, focus more strongly to send a message further. Are you familiar with Reiki? That's like a subtle kind of Tongren. But Tongren is very specific. So one more focus on the glaucoma. And the left eye is red. Definitely do the Qigong for the eyes, Master Go. The 2020 herbs with the saffron, eye bright herbs. Talk to your herbalist. Because you can use things like cayenne pepper for eye washes and stuff like that. But I'll always talk to your herbalist or your doctor about those. That is to bring in circulation. Cayenne pepper under the tongue in general increases circulation to the periphery. It's even used for heart attacks. So let's work on the bones for less. Blood flow, nerve flow, and T1 for the bones, which is also good for a broken right foot. I would definitely put a clay pack around that right foot again. And of course, partner in travel, we will make time for you. So Neil, are you familiar with Reiki? The collective unconscious, universal heart of compassion and oneness. hope and pray for Barris's mom in Croatia. So energy transmission, Neil, is a type of Tongren, but ours is actually more effective because we have very specific points, very specific targets. In an area, we can use our hands, acupuncture, and even distance healing to open a very specific blockage of the nerves and work on any condition, simple or even serious. GV20 for hormone balancing. Ouch point for the eyes. Hello, Marie. Good to see you. Yeah, I was going to catch up. Maybe we'll catch up on the phone. You gave me some new tests that I'd like to go over. Sinus infection, C3. Breathing through the nose can disinfect your sinuses because of the nitric oxide, which is antimicrobial. C3 for the sinuses. Ouch point on the nose. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Continue to work on the bones for less. T3 for the lungs. Lungs are also a detox organ, but more so with the skin. T4, T7, T9, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for any infection. And for SIBO, the microbiome, T11, T12, L4, L5. What is a clay pack? A clay pack is when you take clay, earthen clay, and mix it and make it into a mud. But it's medicinal grade clay that I usually talk about. And you can, depending on what you need, I would put it on overnight. If it's like a foot poultice overnight, if there is an injury. Otherwise, a clay bath immediately is good. Just a small amount of clay with the one that I recommend has charcoal, and the clay bath with that kind will detoxify the entire body. So I have 795 views on YouTube. I was looking for that. Maybe you can help me find it. So I 795 views on YouTube for the doctor group. He's pretty famous. And what they did is they promoted it in his area. So his people, those are probably mostly his people and our people together. So we got a good response. It was controversial. It was interesting. But that's good. Makes us think. Gives us choices. We don't have to agree with everything, but it's good. Humming for 2 minutes. Humming in the throat creates a vibration, which is very good. Sulfur water was banned. That's too bad. Sulfur water would be brilliant. Clay, which has sulfur, all those different things are brilliant healing methods. They should never be banned. So let's continue and finish up for SIBO, T11, T12, and the right broken foot ouch point. And welcome again, Neil. Hope to see you next week. We're here every week. Peat moss for the skin. Never heard of that. That sounds great. Why not? Yep. As I say, there's a great famous saying, don't believe anything I tell you, don't agree with anything I say unless you do your homework and you take ownership of it. But even if you disagree, maybe it'll help you to get further on your path to your own true destiny. So let's do a little bit of Qigong for everyone. The world isn't about agreeing with everyone. The world is about being awake. So Neil, what did you miss at the beginning? Different conditions, including cancer, the eyes, blood flow, nerve flow, all those different things. So everybody chimes in each week with a specific condition. You sit, relax, feet flat on the floor, palms face up, breathing through the nose, and connect to the collective unconscious or the morphic field of Tongren. And grounding for everyone. Keep up the good questions. Good luck with the SIBO, fermented foods, high fiber foods, all those different things as well. This is a tone to clear the space. And it just sounds cool. Blessings to everyone. It's really awesome to see you again. See you next week. Be kind to one another. Continue to generate healing and loving compassion, the heart of compassion for everyone. Thank you for joining. And we do have one final statement. Sound baths explain. Clay baths, CLAY baths. Of course, sound baths is another thing. You can play healing frequencies. There's a ton of them on YouTube. They're really good. They are frequencies. Everything is about frequencies and vibration, as it was said by Tesla and Einstein. But those are the clay baths, CLAY baths. But sound baths would be good. Forest bathing, which is the energy and vibration of the forest. All these different things are very good. So thanks for your questions. Please join us next week. All the way from Puerto Rico to everywhere. Take care. Blessings. Have a great day. Love to all of you.